Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be all about my 2022 low buy challenge. Specifically, it's going to be talking you through the wish list that I have created for myself ahead of the low buy. So I did this at the end of last year and I had to think about the items that I feel are missing from my wardrobe in its current state, or things that I absolutely love that maybe will need replacing in the next year or improving, or just things that I would really love to be able to wear basically. So I did a little bit of window shopping online to get some inspiration, particularly on places like Net-a-Porter that carry a huge range of independent, more premium brands. And that's where I've got most of this inspiration from, as well as Pinterest, of course. I've gone old school and written the list in a physical notebook this time, just because I like the idea of coming back to it like this. And I just want to chat you through it really. It's a really lovely sunny day today, so apologies if the lighting is a little bit weird with the sun going in and out, but I'm really enjoying the winter sun and just feeling like getting some vitamin D into me again. So yeah, it's a good day and a good day for a chatty video, I think. So yeah, I hope you enjoy this one. If you do enjoy this low buy, fashion, conscious shopping, minimal style content, then do make sure to subscribe to my channel. I would love to have you here, and like this video if you do enjoy it. So a little bit of a recap, if you haven't seen my other low buy videos, I will put the first one in the cards here, but basically I've set myself the challenge this year of buying just one new item of clothing every month. So that's 12 items in total in the year of 2022, and I'm going to document the whole process here on my channel with at least monthly videos talking you through what I did purchase with my budget and also other things I might have been looking for, the highs and the lows, the emotional experience of it all as well, and my thoughts and feelings towards the end of the low buy, hopefully. I wanted to go into it with a little bit of a plan and a little bit of a list of things, as I said, that I would potentially like to purchase with the budget each month. And these things are by no means set in stone. They could completely change by midway through the year. But I think it's always a good idea when you're, consciously shopping and having a capsule wardrobe to have a constant list of things that you can edit along the way, but things that you would eventually want to purchase. And that way, if something does come up, or you do get tempted to impulse spend, you can always come back to your list and reflect on the things that you actually know you want and aren't just pretty and sparkly in the moment. So that's what I've done, and I just want to talk you through them because I think it's quite fun to hear what people are thinking about buying, and maybe if you're on a low buy, it will give you the idea to make your own list and prepare yourself a little bit better. And if you're looking to add some new things to your wardrobe, this might give you some nice slow fashion inspiration. So I'm going to get straight into it. I've got 10 items on this list, so I don't have 12, even though I am technically allowed to buy 12 things this year. Gives me a little bit of wiggle room. These could completely change, but if they don't, I still have some room to add things. And also, if I want to spend a lot of money on these things, I could roll over months' budgets and say, put 2 months' budget together and just buy one thing. So I won't necessarily end up with 12 items at the end of the year. The first item I have on this list is a Breton stripe heavyweight knit. That's what I've written here. Basically, I know they're really in fashion at the moment, and I'm not basing this list at all on trends. I don't think anything else on this list would be considered a trend. This one just happens to be at the moment really in, these Breton stripe knits, and the thick kind of cotton ones specifically as well. Those knits from And Other Stories. I think Zara did one as well. The gorgeous Totem one. They're all everywhere on Instagram at the moment, but I have always loved a Breton stripe. I love Parisian style, as you probably know. So a Breton stripe is almost an essential in my wardrobe anyway, and it is super timeless, regardless of whether it's on trend at the moment or not. So sadly, I did have to retire my Leontine jumper from Suzanne. As I mentioned in my previous video, my best and worst purchases. That one developed quite a big hole in the front, and Suzanne were really good and did refund me for the jumper. But yeah, now I have this glaring gap of a Breton jumper in my wardrobe, and it's one of the things I want to buy more towards the start of this year. I've seen a few, as I mentioned, I've seen the And Other Stories one, the Zara one, which I wouldn't buy. I don't support Zara, but the Totem one, which is gorgeous, but actually not exactly what I'm looking for, and also a little bit out of my price range. So I was kind of hunting for something in the £100 to £200 range that was probably 100% cotton, if not a cotton wool blend or a cotton cashmere wool blend. I didn't want any synthetic fibres in there, and something that was quite chunky and quite oversized, and was a white and navy classic Breton stripe. So that was my criteria. I saw a few. I saw one from Jigsaw, which was really lovely. I think that one had more of a turtleneck or a roll neck, was quite long, quite oversized. That was a good option. I also saw a more inexpensive one from COS, which I think was the other way round, so navy within a crew stripe, which was 100% cotton and just kind of a traditional round neck. That one was also really nice and a little bit less expensive. I was looking at a few on Net-a-Porter, so I saw a couple from this brand that I'd never heard of before called Longline. They're a New York based brand and they do some gorgeous striped jumpers. That's kind of what they specialise in. Most of their stuff is different takes on the Breton jumper. And they had a couple in the sale on Net-a-Porter that I really liked the look of. There was more of a cropped one, and then there was this more oversized one. I think it was the Marina jumper, and I really liked the look of that one, and that was 100% cotton as well. So those were kind of the ones that I was eyeing up. I was thinking that's the kind of style I want. And yeah, I haven't made any purchases yet, I haven't made any decisions yet, but this may be my January purchase, so stay tuned for that, because I think it's something that I want to replace sooner rather than later. I wore that Leontine from Suzanne multiple times a week. It was probably my most worn piece of 2021, so I know it's going to be a good investment and a good solid choice for January, and I will get loads of wear out of it in January, February, in the winter, but equally it would work super well in spring, even in summer sometimes in the UK. There was also one from Suzanne, actually, I forgot to mention that. Suzanne recently released their Lucas jumper in a striped version, which is gorgeous, absolutely lovely. Would definitely recommend that one. That's a cotton wool polyamide blend, so it does have that little bit of synthetic material in it, but I know the Lucas, I have tried it on actually, is really lovely. I don't think I want anything with buttons up it, so I do want a little bit of a change from the Leontine, so I don't think I would go for the Lucas myself, but it's definitely a good option if you're looking for something similar and it's in the kind of right price range if you've got a similar budget to me. And the second item is much more wintry, and this is more of a replacement item for something that I have at the moment that unfortunately has broken. So this is a Longline puffer coat. Really practical, kind of boring, kind of not my fantasy self dream wardrobe-esque type of purchase, but something I end up chucking on every single day between about October and March, so for a good half of the year. And I have an old one, it's from a fast fashion brand. I think it might be from Pull & Bear or something similar, maybe Bershka, one of those kind of European fast fashion Zara-esque brands. And I bought it about 2.5 years ago. So it's done me fairly well considering I wear it so often, but the zip has completely broken now. So I am looking to replace it, and I do want something slightly different. So the one I have at the moment is black and it comes to about my knees. I'm looking for one that potentially comes down even longer, is almost sort of mid-calf length, and potentially in a navy colour. I do find black very harsh, particularly in a coat that is so big and so long. It takes up so much of your body and your outfit when you wear it, and I don't love the look of black all the time. I think there are certain instances where black is, you know, an LBD or a black jumper, a black roll neck can look really chic, but a full-on black coat is a little bit much for me. So I'm thinking of getting one in a navy instead, something that's still dark, which makes it very practical still, but something that is slightly softer, particularly when paired with denim, because that's 9 times out of 10 what I'm going to be wearing it with. So in terms of places to look, I haven't got anything specific in mind, but I do know that COS and Arquette do some really nice Longline puffer coats in my price range. I think this one from COS is probably the favourite one I've seen so far, and I love that it comes in navy. I love how long it is and slightly oversized, and it just looks deliciously warm. It also has a hood, which is another essential for me. I need a hood. It has to be super practical, this purchase. It cannot just be for the look of it, and it isn't really for the look of it, a puffer coat, but it is for the pure warmth and practicality for day-to-day life. The next item is the second and last piece of knitwear on this list, and this is quite specific as well because I have really been trying to whittle down exactly what it is I want. So I've written down light grey cashmere / wool boxy roll neck jumper. Bit of a mouthful, but basically there is a story to this. I saw this jumper on Net-a-Porter. It's from a brand called Cashmere. It was very expensive, and it is still extremely expensive despite being in the sale, but it is chef's kiss. It is my perfect jumper, and I wrote my description based on what this jumper looks like. It is exactly what I want, with the roll neck. Beautiful, not too much, not too swamping of your neck, but still definitely a roll neck. The light grey is 100% cashmere. It looks so buttery soft. The length of it and the slightly boxy, oversized nature, it is perfection. So in an ideal world, I would buy this exact jumper, but it is 2 months budget, so I don't know. It's probably not going to happen, but something along this line. The fourth item on the list was going more into spring, summer, and that's some flowy linen or linen cotton trousers. I really don't have any of these, and I try to buy these every single year, and I never end up liking them. I bought 2 pairs last year from Uniqlo. I bought them very reduced. They were about £10 each, and I think they're linen viscose blend. And on paper, they're lovely, and I should love them, but I just don't love the fit of them on me. I don't find them very flattering. They're quite wide leg. I want something a little bit more straight leg and flowy, but not billowy, if you know what I mean. So I'm looking to get something that is absolutely perfect and fits me beautifully as well, which is always a struggle with trousers. I'm not 100% sure on the colour I would want of these. Potentially black. I think a black linen, even though I say I don't wear a lot of black, I think that could be really chic. Or something that's more of just a natural linen colour, or an off-white. I think I want to steer clear of actual true white, because it tends to be see-through if it's cotton or linen. So this is quite a vague one. It's nowhere near as specific as the other 3 I've mentioned so far, but I know it's, because it's a few months away, I know it probably won't be until sort of May that I look to buy these, so I don't have anything set in stone yet. But I think looking again on places like Net-a-Porter and looking at different brands that specialise in more summer clothing, Faithful, the brand, comes to mind. I know they had some linen trousers last year that were really beautiful. A brand that really knows what they're doing when it comes to summer clothing, like maybe an Australian brand or something like that. So yeah, that is the 4th item on my list, but won't be bought for a good few months yet. 5th is quite similar. It's another summer purchase, and I've put a beautiful, versatile summer dress, something suitable for abroad and in the UK, made of linen or cotton or a blend. So I want basically the perfect summer dress, something probably quite strappy, that I can layer a cardigan or jumper over if it is cooler in the UK, something that would work, I'm imagining, in Europe, in Italy or Greece, something that would really suit that vibe as well. Probably something in a neutral colour, so maybe a white or a black or a more stone natural linen colour. Again, I really am focusing this year on neutrals because I find that those are what get the most wear in my wardrobe. I did find one, again on Net-a-Porter, which is from the brand Zeus and Dion, and it is beautiful. Again, quite expensive originally, but really marked down in the sale, which is why I love shopping the Net-a-Porter sale, by the way. And this is exactly the sort of thing I have in mind. It's white, it's linen, it's strappy, it's got some really intricate detailing while still being incredibly simple and timeless. Just beautiful, the perfect dress for me, and something that I wouldn't feel is too holiday-esque for the UK, but would equally look beautiful on holiday. So that one, if that was still in the sale and still in stock, which probably won't be the case come like May, June when I'm looking to buy it, then I might even go for that one. Otherwise, something similar. And again, I want to look at these more independent, smaller designers that specialise in this kind of clothes. Okay, next up we have quite another vague category, and it's just tops or blouses, or a top or blouse that can be dressed up or down. Really vague, but I don't have many of these in my wardrobe. I guess I have this, which is like a nice blouse. This is from Rouje. And I also have my Suzanne Abelea, which I love and I always talk about. Something basically similar to that is just another alternative that I can pick from. Natural fibres, but I wouldn't be opposed to viscose or tencel. Silk would be amazing. And maybe this is where I inject that little bit of colour. So pretty much everything else on the list is really neutral, and I want to choose in neutral colours. I want to create just a really timeless, cohesive wardrobe, and I think that is best done with neutrals, at least in my opinion. However, I think this is the one area where I could inject a little bit of colour that I know really suits me. So I'm thinking something like a vivid blue, a bit like the blue of my Willa jacket, or something in a purple, or even something in a red. I love red in the summer. So I think that would work well if it was quite a summery piece. I don't really have anything specifically that I've seen, but I think this is where I could add a little bit of colour and a little bit of fun as well. I saw this blouse from Alexa Chung, which I think is sold out now, but is really gorgeous. I really love it, and I think it just adds that little bit of quirky style, but paired with jeans it's still really kind of easy to wear and basic. But yeah, something along the lines. Maybe it's got a little bit of a pattern, a little bit of detail, or it could be like a really beautiful white cotton or linen blouse. I'm not 100% sure yet, but something that's kind of on my radar. Again, probably more in the kind of April, May time when it starts getting a little bit warmer. The 7th item on the list is coming back to winter, and this is a winter appropriate dress. I don't have any winter appropriate dresses. I have one, which is an old one I've had for 3 years from Topshop. I want something ideally knitted, so like a really lovely knitted dress. I've always wanted to own a knitted dress or a jumper dress, and I've just never quite found the right one. So things that I've said is it needs to be suitable to wear with tights, and what I mean by that is I find some things look great with tights and some things just don't work at all with tights. It kind of depends on the length of the dress and the colour and the material. At least for me it does anyway. So I want something that is the right colour to go with tights. I'm thinking a darker colour, probably navy, maybe black, maybe a forest green, something like that, maybe even like a beigey stone colour. Something that is maybe, or definitely a natural fibre, so either 100% wool or a wool cashmere blend, 100% cashmere even, and probably a mini dress or something that's kind of above the knee, because I think that works better with tights as opposed to a midi dress, which I wouldn't really wear with tights. So that is going to be a next winter purchase. That's going to be October, November, December time. Something that's just on the list but I won't really touch or think about for a little while yet. The 8th item is the only pair of shoes that I've put on this list because I feel really set for shoes at the moment. I have good boots, I have good trainers. The only place where I feel like I'm missing a little bit of something is sandals. So I'd really like a pair of really minimal flat sandals. Flat because realistically I just don't wear heels and they won't get worn. Despite the fact that I love the look of them and I love the height that it gives you, I just won't wear them. So some flat, black, minimal strappy sandals. I really love the sandal brand Ancient Greek, I think they're called. They do leather sandals and they look pretty comfortable and they're just the kind of aesthetic I'm going for. So probably something like that or something very similar. Again, a summer purchase, so not for a little while yet, but definitely on the list. Something that I might buy a little sooner than summer would be a matching loungewear set. So I really fancy myself like a luxurious loungewear cashmere or wool cashmere set. So something with some trousers and like a jumper or some kind of top. This would mainly be to wear around the house, although I think if I got one with a jumper, I would definitely potentially wear the jumper with jeans outside the house, not so much cashmere joggers or lounge pants. But yeah, just something that I can feel really good in but comfortable when I'm working from home or just chilling around the house. There is a set that I saw from, I think the brand is called Madeline Thompson. Beautiful grey cashmere set, exactly what I have in mind. So something like that. If it was 100% cashmere, that would be amazing. If it couldn't be, then definitely like a wool cashmere blend or cotton cashmere blend, something like that. But yeah, I think I just want to have that luxurious piece of loungewear that isn't pajamas and isn't really joggers, is kind of like something a little bit more elevated than that. And that matches, because I think the matching aspect of it really helps you feel more put together, for sure. And the last item on the list is a bag. It's the only bag on the list because, again, I feel quite set with bags when it comes to winter bags. I've got my little C by Chloe one that I love, and I have a big leather tote bag as well. So that kind of covers me on both bases, whether I need a really small bag or a bigger bag. What I feel like I'm missing is a really beautiful summer bag. So something in a lighter colour, and that might be a lighter leather, or it might be a basket bag or a canvas bag, something made of wicker. I don't know, the options are kind of endless, but something really beautiful and summery that would look lovely with dresses, would look lovely on holiday. I do love the Chloe, is it the Woody bag? Yeah, I've mentioned this in a video before. Apologies about the lighting, by the way. I've mentioned this in a video before. I love this bag. I don't think I would buy it because the light colour is a little bit risky and a little bit, you know, I would probably mark it straight away, but I do love the style of it. So maybe something in this kind of style. Probably something a little bit bigger than my C by Chloe Mini Hannah, just because I find in summer I might want to carry a little bit more, maybe. But nothing too big. So not a tote bag, not the Mini Hannah, somewhere in the middle, like a standard handbag size. So I don't know what this would be. Maybe something that's also kind of C by Chloe. They do lots of beautiful designs. Or Pelen is always a good shout. Maybe like a bucket bag in a lighter coloured leather. I'm not entirely sure. Something that's going to go with whites and creams and navies and greys and blacks, because I feel like I'm going to be wearing a lot of those colours this year. So that's going to be it for this video. Make sure to stay tuned for later on in this month, where I'm going to be doing my video revealing what I bought with my January budget. Haven't bought anything yet, but I will do probably in the next week or so, so that video will be coming relatively soon. As I said, make sure to subscribe and like this video if you've enjoyed it. Comment down below what items you liked on my list or what items you have on your own list, and I'll see you again in my next video.